I hurt myself today to see if I still feel.
Hey, this is another episode of The Fight Prescription. I'm Dr. Whitmore. I'm here with my lovely wife and assistant, Sarah Whitmore. She's the co-owner of the Harrisburg MMA Institute, active fighter. And what I want to talk to today is something suboccipital headaches, which is really just a fancy term for one type of tension headaches, but it's super common among combat athletes, so wrestlers, fighters, grapplers. This is something that we see a lot, and I've had a tremendous amount of success of eliminating this with some quick fix techniques, which are nice. So basically, what a suboccipital headache is it's when the kind of the base of your skull. There's some muscles there called the suboccipital muscles that get aggravated, get inflamed. It causes a variety of symptoms, but you can get some neck pain and some stiffness. That usually progresses to some headaches that kind of radiate pain up into the skull, and really even I hear eye pain is a really common one. Why that is the nerve centers for vision are located in the back of the head. It's your occipital lobe. So like some of the old school baseball guys that would get hit in the back of the head with baseballs to go blind, that's why that is. So anytime you get aggravation or inflammation there in the base of your skull, you can have a situation happens where not only you get some headaches, but you also get some vision issues too. But for common athletes, we see, when you get punched in the face and you kind of get a whiplash motion, causes aggravation there is really common. With my wrestlers and grapplers, think like clinch fighting or a bunch of collar ties, people bang on your head, really seems to aggravate that area. So it's something we've seen a ton over the time of my practice and really the time we've been involved in MMA and wrestling. So how do we fix it? Well, there's some quick fix options and some longer term options depending on what's causing it. So if it wasn't an acute trauma like getting kicked in the mouth, or you're wrestling somebody that has real heavy hands, so posture wise, if you're on the computer for a long period of time, in a real crappy position when you're here, or your posture's real bad, those are longer term fixes. And please feel free to message me. I can kind of talk you through some options if you're getting chronic suboccipital headaches from posture and bad computer desk setups. But if it's acute onset or something that just happened right away in the gym or after a fight, you're noticing some headaches, this suboccipital release technique is money. I'm pretty sure it's probably saved our marriage. So Sarah suffers with these for various problems. She has a kind of history of bad posture, but she trains hard. When she goes overhead, when she does a lot of banging, she gets these headaches, and I've been able to fix these a lot and gets me out of the doghouse. So essentially what you want to do, and you don't need to be a skilled professional for this. Basically, you just need to be able to have rigid fingers and essentially provide the bedded nails, essentially. So I'd have Sarah scoot down, put her head in my lap, and what I'm doing is I'm just starting to kind of dig my fingers into the base of her skull. So I'll start kind of where there's bone, obviously that's hard, and then I'll kind of work my fingers right when it starts to get soft. So that transition area between your neck and your skull. And I really don't press. I just try to get Sarah to relax and sink the weight of her head into my hands, keeping my fingers real tense. And so there's a good amount of pressure. Obviously depends on how big your head is, but I've heard just relax here, digging those fingers into the base of her skull. And we'll do this for a couple minutes, and usually you can hear people say, "Oh my gosh, my headache's going away," or "Wow, that's taking a ton of pressure out of my eyes." But I've seen it happen as quick as a minute. I've seen it just take more than several minutes. But this is just a suboccipital release technique. If you don't have a awesome husband like me, or spouse, or friend at home, or training partner that is willing to do this or comfortable to do this, you can duct tape a couple lacrosse balls or tennis balls or baseballs together, or put them in a sock is another common method, and just lay on those, again, in the same area, kind of the base of your skull. It's kind of lay back, relax, really try to let your head sink into that so that there's a lot of pressure going in there to the base of your skull. Obviously, if your arms or your hands start going numb, that's no good. You're pinching something that shouldn't be. So suboccipital release, it's money, right, Sarah? Yeah, she loves it. All right, this is The Fight Prescription. Dr. Whitmore, over and out.
Away.